Yo, coolest in the game, Carlito Freeze, you dig. I just left getting the oil change for him, saying appreciate everybody for showing love. Thanks to y'all donations and thanks to y'all love, you know what I mean? I was able to get that oil change popping, you dig. Everything going toward the cars, going toward the quality and stuff we need for our gas, water, all that shit for us. So shout out to everybody for supporting Rides with Freeze. Real quick, I want to talk about, I was watching Breakfast Club this morning, but I'm going to talk about why I mess with Jim Jones for real. Y'all know Brief Jim Jones, you know what I mean? Capo, one of the leaders of Dipset, staple in hip hop, all that shit, entrepreneur. Let me see, man. I first started fucking with Jim. I'm not gonna cuss as much, but I first started messing with Jim probably like I saw him around the same time everybody else did on the Cam videos and all that, and Certified Gangsters. But I think when I really became a fan. See, I become a fan once I buy your music or once I actually like get a chance to digest your music. I think like videos and radio joints, that's advertisement for me to like it unless I love it off the break. But anyway, man, you know, I just always, you know, being in middle school, I always saw Jim grinding, Jim having hella videos up, and they would be cool songs, not the greatest songs in the world, but they'd be dope songs. And like Summer with Miami, Certified Gangsters, and Baby Girl Down with the Dipset, of course. So you know, when Ballin' became like the biggest song in the world, you know, I was on it, whatever. You know, even that CD, Hustler's Poem, I was on it. But like I think when I was 15, pardon me, and I went to the Plaza. Everybody know Westside Baltimore, the Plaza, Wrightstown Plaza. They used to have the CD store where they sold you the CDs of like from the Project Pat to 3-6 to all that. But I bought Jim Jones' first album called On My Way to Church, and man, like ever since then I just been like hooked because like that Dipset sound. Yeah, Cam had it with like the sped up samples or Jewels and all that, but Jim just had like this I don't know, this 80s like this American warrior style kind of beats, and you know he referenced a lot of Tupac in his stuff, but it was more so his message, you know, and just how hard he was going and how he was talking about the grind. But not only he was talking about the grind, he was talking about real pain and a lot of transparency, and that's what I think I like by him the most. And you know, he a cancer like me, you know what I mean? So if you ever really listen to Jim Jones' first 5 albums, like you'll hear the pain, you'll hear the transition, and you'll hear that fast life, you know what I mean? Like he's one of the first people I really know to really create that fast life kind of rap genre, because nobody was just making that their actual theme, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, 20,000 in one pocket, foreign car outside type shit. So, you know, to fast forward to see what he is now, you know, like he don't got no big hit records, but he still got hip hop, he still got quality albums, and man, just his hustle, man. Owning a football team, of course, doing the weed business, getting in that with Saucy and all that other stuff. I ain't even here to really hit a plug him. I'm just here to tell you why I mess with him. I mess with him because, like, unlike most of the other, unlike like Jewels and Cam, like he didn't have like no big major label behind him. He didn't have none of that shit. Like he had an independent situation, but he had to grind and work for it, and he resourced himself and put himself in position to where he could exist in different markets. And until he caught that one song that of course was gonna take him over the brick, he grinded. He really grinded and earned his bones. And I feel like, you know, he's not technically the best rapper in the world, but like I said, when you digest words, man, you like when it come to him, people like Jeezy, people like Tupac, people I ain't about to go through the whole list, but you can listen to these niggas' lyrics, and the real shit is in the lyrics. Like however the flow is, whatever beat they using, that matters, but it's them words first, and it's what you saying. And Jim just talk it, you know what I mean? Like I definitely recommend, like, if you never really ever messed with Jim before, listen to Jim's first 5 albums. On My Way to Church, Harlem Diary of a Summer, Hustlers, P.O.M.E., Pray for Rain, and Capo. You listen to those first 5 albums, man, you'll catch that early glimpse of how Jim was, especially before like the internet came in and all that stuff. Like, go on YouTube, all his old DVDs is on YouTube, so like you really get a glimpse into how this man was moving. And like for him to, like I said, not have no big corporation behind him, just the moves he was making, ways he was just not trapping, pardon me, the ways he was maneuvering in the music industry and able to multiply his worth without most of the fame and accolade and stuff like that. Man, it's commendable, you know, because he was one of the first New York independent artists to do that, man. Everybody wanted to take them big budgets, but yeah, man, I rock with Jim. And I went to go see Jim. He was here in 2012, March 12th. This one he still had Sonar, Baltimore shit. This nigga still has Sonar. Man, Jim is just seeing him. He was on that Vampire Life tour. That's why I dapped up Mel Murder. You know what I mean? Free Mel Murder. You know, Jim just always was moving. You know what I mean? When he went through them hits, man, it's different, yo. It's different. You know, it's just different. Hopefully when he I know he's supposed to be on the road. I'm gonna go see him again. God willing, I meet this nigga. You know what I mean? Just to have a real conversation about just life and how to deal with pain. Because I think one thing, you know, he always got kind of slack for, or I guess he always got criticized for, was how emotional he was. And I'm just like, man, you know, that makes a man a lot of the time. You know, everybody ain't hard up, everybody isn't the toughest guy, but you can still be a tough guy and shed tears, like, and you know, and him just doing things out of pure emotion and pure loyalty. You know, a lot of his cases, a lot of stuff he was dealing with, you know, while he was in rap that was crazy, you know, was him riding for the set, or riding for just what he believed in, man. And you know, people forget, it was a time when he was the biggest artist in the world. He was banned from every club in New York City. Like, New York City is the market you grew up in, the market you started in. You banned from every club, but he still grinded. You know what I mean? So that's important to know, you know, because everybody think it's just like a rags to riches story. I get make the big song and now I'm the biggest artist in the world. And if you really look at Jim's career, man, you'll see, like, you know, dude grinded it out for real. But you know, that's why I mess with Jim Jones. Shout to Capo, you know what I mean? I bump everything dude. I'm real critical of his music. If I'm hearing that pain, if I'm hearing that real, I'll be honest about it. But Jim always be one of my favorite rappers, man. In my opinion, the best member in Dipset. Like, I feel like when it comes to that Dipset vibe, that Dipset definition, man, it's Jim all day. Like, Cam had the fashion, Cam had the fashion, Cam had the leadership quality, of course, and Cam had that style. But I think Jim just embodied more of the everyday nigga that listen to Dipset, because every nigga that listen to Dipset every single day, they ain't have a pink truck, ain't had a furs. Like, Jim was making the music for the everyday nigga that wanted to be on that kind of time. So, coolest in the game, Rides with Freeze. You already know what it is. Hit the Cash App. Hit the email you want to do business, you know what I'm saying? Jones.